I sat down and interviewed the club captain, Hamza, and I asked him some couple of questions about what does it mean for him to be a captain at Mickleover Football Club. What does it mean to be playing for the badge? I told him to look at the badge, and what does it mean for him to play for the badge? And what does the slogan mean for him? That nothing is given. A couple of questions about what advice would you give to people who are grassroots football and who are academies who want to reach your level you are right now? I asked him a quick question about what message you want to give out for the fans to support you for the tough season that is coming along. It was amazing to sit down and chat to Hamza, to get to know him and see what his ambitions is as a captain and what his ambitions for the club for the next season coming along. And before you watch the interview, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Take seats. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, how are you doing?
I'm good, yeah. How's it going for you?
Yes, it's running well.
Not getting bored anytime now?
No,
All good.
I'm socialising, there's content, all good.
So the first question is, I said to everyone, with Jack, and Gareth, and Andy as well, the slogan, nothing given. What does that mean to you personally and for the club as well?
As I mentioned earlier, it means everything in life, in football, in morals, how understanding how the world goes, and nothing is given, everything's got to be earned. Even if it's lost, it can be earned again. So it's a mentality that gets you to progress.
That's good. And as you are captain mid this season, what does that mean to you to be captain of Mickleover FC?
For me, it means a lot. It's a role that I take with pride. Obviously, not only representing players but also the club. So as a captain, I think being able to give a good example, a role model, and also represent the club in regards of how we carry ourselves, not just on the pitch but off the pitch. Being able to give the good example, to lead younger players, to share my experiences, setbacks in football, and get them to the right direction, pull everybody together to the right direction.
As there setbacks, have you any setbacks? Is there a tiny thing you actually wanted to give up which you didn't? What mentality you had to not give up?
I think that the main thing that needs to be embedded and understood in football is that setbacks are part of it. Setbacks, you will have setbacks through your career as an individual, but also as football clubs, understanding that the path is not linear, and the setbacks are really positive things that you can learn of. That can be injuries, which every football player experiences. That can be changing club, as a young academy player, not being offered a professional contract. So you will see setbacks through your career, but understanding that those are just temporary, and the journey is a lot longer. So being able to embrace them.
You might look at the badge for me. And what does that badge mean to you? And do you feel you earned the captaincy?
I can only earn it by how I behave myself, how I lead the team. Obviously, it's early days in pre-season, and doing it in the right manner. The badge means not only just a badge on a football club, but it represents a community. It represents people, a history of a club through the years, who's been able to write that history. And from my perspective, starting from this season as a captain, is to write our little part of the history of the club, and making sure that that is successful.
And what advice would you give to people who grassroots football, people who for academies? What do you think about giving to people at your level right now?
The most important thing that I'd say is being able to recognise your strength and confidence within yourself, but also listen to your coaches, listen to potentially family members, take on board the advice. Sometimes they are difficult to understand, especially depending on where you are at your career and maturity, but there's a lot of strong role models, good coaches that are trying to support you through development, taking that on board, but also keeping that confidence within yourself. You're not here by accident, it's for a reason. You're really privileged to be able to play a sport that you love, and a lot of people will want that place. So make sure you...
And questions. How big are supporters of Mickleover? How important are they for you to do well this season?
They are really important. Like I mentioned earlier, a club is a community. It's a history. A club that doesn't appear over day and goes over day. There's many through football. You can see that there's many clubs that have gone up and down or disappeared, had to start again. But the fans and the supporters have always been there. They're the people that are there to pick up the club. They're the people that cheer you on the Saturday. So to be able to represent them and make them proud, mainly they are everything to the club. Players will come and go, owners will come and go, but the supporters will always be there for their club, so we need to be able to make them proud.
One last question, can you look down the camera and say something very positive you want fans to come support you to the game?
I'd like to invite obviously all our fans and thank them obviously for their support through the season, and I'd like us to be able to experience success together and celebrate success together towards the end of the year. So we're really looking forward to this season.
Thank you, Hamza.
That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.